Auzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Rifki bin Abdul Rashid from 4 Ali 2021. In this video, I will discuss the theory on species evolution, also known as Darwinism, by the infamous Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was an English biologist and geologist who lived between 1809 and 1882. He already started studying medicine at a very young age, slowly progressing into biology as he went to the prestige Cambridge University. He sailed across the world at 22 years of age for 5 years, which would be the start of his breakthrough discovery. He worked his way up in the scientist field, cementing himself as a very knowledgeable scholar. At age 47, he published the renowned book titled On the Origin of Species. During his sailing across the world, he notices the differences on how the same animal can have unique traits given an environment to be adapted to. As he set foot on Galapagos Island in Ecuador, he observed finches and notices the differences on their beaks. But the finches with bigger beaks eat seeds with hard shells easier than the finches with smaller beaks. He slowly started to question how two finches of the same kind can be different, and what other features can change. His theory centralizes on how adaptation is crucial in survival. He argued that the Galapagos finches grew bigger beaks to survive longer and grow stronger on the island. This became the base of his much bigger theory on evolution. When he returned to England, he started to dive deeper on the adaptation of species. This grew into the infamous theory that humans are descendants of monkeys and apes. Darwin later argued that humans were a part of the animal kingdom and that our closest relations were apes. The finches he saw that grew bigger beaks to get food, he theorizes that monkeys evolved to be a much more intelligent predator to top the food chain, in which we later became humans. This theory was laughed by a majority of people at the time, who did not want to be equated with monkeys. Undeniably, Darwin received a lot of backlash for his argument, but none of this stopped him. His idea became even more radical when he said that every single living species came from one singular organism hundreds of millions of years ago. Modern science argues that this was bacteria 3 billion years ago. Darwin argues that every living organism is a product of adaptation evolution spanning billions of years before us. Factors of these evolutions included, but not limited to, climate, geography, resources such as food and water, survivability in terms of predator and prey, and genetics. The idea of natural selections, aka genetics, is how some organisms just so happen to have unique traits in contrast to their relatives. For example, how some humans can be at different height than the next person. There is almost zero factors for a person to be shorter or taller than we naturally are. This is the concept of natural selection, how these unique traits are mere genetic mutations, passed down from one organism to the offspring. While all of this sounds fascinating and almost factual, it also might not be. There is still no way to prove that everything Darwin theorized was true. It might take us another thousands of years of scientific research just to prove one of his theories. There is also controversies around the base of his theories. Here's a famous counter-argument. If humans are a much more advanced evolution of a monkey, then why are there still monkeys roaming the earth? I am neither a biologist or an anti-Darwinist, so I am not here to argue about who's right and who's wrong. Another argument would centralize around religion, as people believe in the creation of mankind. Darwinism highlights the evolution of mankind instead. This would discredit multiple religions that people around the world already believe in and practices, that believes mankind came from a divine power. A small list of these anti-Darwinist arguments includes neo-Lamarckism, theistic evolution, evolutionism, and orthogenesis. In conclusion, this might take us a very long time to be proven correct, with the very real possibility that it isn't even correct at all. Charles Darwin has been credited as one of the most important figures in science, probably the entire world. Rightfully so. The world couldn't thank him enough. That is all from me and my piece on Darwinism. My name is Amir Rifki from 4 Ali 2021, and thank you for watching.